Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, May 22nd, and what looks to be shaping up to be a fairly wet week, but certainly compared to about 4 days ago, it looks much milder than it did when highs back then were calling for maybe some 50s, maybe even upper 40s for Wednesday. It looks like now we're going to be pretty much in the 60s most all week, may even get into the low 70s for tomorrow before the rain moves in. And then we're going to watch a system that is going to develop in Kentucky with an upper low off to the northwest in Iowa. And if that system gets pulled into the Great Lakes, we could see a very, very rainy Wednesday. Right now, southern lower Michigan looks to be under the gun for places like Jasper and Blissfield. So our headlines basically is plenty of showers this week. And again, we're going to watch that Wednesday system. Right now, Tuesday looks to be the wettest day for most of the area. But if that system gets pulled further north, Wednesday could be quite a soaker. And you can see overall temperatures over the next 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 days are going to be near to maybe slightly above normal. So we are going to warm up, and we're going to continue to see plenty of moisture throughout the period. You can see, speaking of moisture, we're about 91% of the normal so far through 22 days of the month, and we got more rain coming here again this week. So we should end up at or a little bit above normal for the month of May as it looks right now. And this will track all season long as each month continues. You can see the overall May to September forecast, or the trend of where we're at, will be followed. You can see in a graphical format these numbers here represent always the current month, and you can see some areas are fairly wet. St. Thomas 150% of normal, as is London. And you can see as far as the Palmer Drought Index, again, we're in great shape across much of the growing regions of the United States. And if we look at the growing degree days here in Breckenridge over the last 21 plus years, you can see we're actually on the upper side, so we're doing really well on both growing degree days and on the moisture. So far so good. And you can see across the area no precipitation since midnight, and temperatures sliding just a little bit as we expected back into the 50s here, and that's where we should hang out most of the week. We may get into the 60s during the afternoon and evening at the soil temperatures, and then they'll drop down again as we get towards the morning and early morning hours. And if we look at current conditions out there this morning with plenty of cloud cover, you can see temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Actually 50 degrees at Jasper, just got that station going here just a few minutes ago. And again, pretty uniform temperatures. And we'll break out in sunshine, and temperatures warm up quite nicely today, around 65 to 70 degrees. So today's going to be a really good day. It's going to be probably the best day of the week until we get towards maybe Friday or Saturday. And right now, Memorial Day weekend is looking really nice as it looks right now, with plenty of sunshine, dry conditions through most of the weekend, and temperatures in the 70s. So it looks like a great weekend coming up. You can see on the satellite this morning a big upper low northwest of Lake Superior, and that's going to retrograde and settle back down towards Iowa and then eventually into the Great Lakes. And it's when that gets down towards Iowa and then in towards the Great Lakes, pulls up this moisture. Again, we're going to have to wait and see how far north that moisture gets. But again, as we get quite a bit of rain on Tuesday, we may be looking at even more of a soaking rain as we get into Wednesday. Again, much is going to depend on how much this upper low can tug this moisture farther north as we get later in the week. You can see on radar some of the bands pivoting around that big upper low, just lightly scattered showers. But a low pressure system is going to move towards the Great Lakes, and that'll give us a better chance of rain and thunderstorms as we get into the day on Tuesday. And we could be around 70 on Tuesday before temperatures settle back into the 60s as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and then maybe up around 70 by Friday. So overall, a little bit warmer than it looks like. And again, we're going to watch this moisture closely here over the next 24 to 36 hours as that system heads towards Kentucky or possibly a little farther east than that. But again, it may get tugged back towards the Great Lakes by that upper low. And if we look at the forecast map this morning, you can see the low pressure system north of Lake Superior. This is going to retrograde back down into the Great Lakes. And again, we'll watch this moisture here over the next couple of days as low pressure system forms around Tennessee, as it's depicted on this map. And then eventually, again, we'll watch that low pressure system possibly get tugged further north as we get into the day on Wednesday. As far as precipitation here over the next 7 days, you can see pretty generous amounts for much of the MAC area, around an inch to maybe an inch and a quarter over the next 7 days. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great Monday, a great work week, and 73s to all.